Good morning, Psychic Medium Danielle Garcia here with your energy forecast for the week. Today is November 16th. How is everyone doing? Today the Schumann resonance is 13 the last time I checked, so not too bad. Last week we did have a couple of hefty spikes that left many people with lots of headaches. I kept getting many reports from clients and students about headaches. Had a couple of migraines myself, so it was not an easy adjustment last week for me with the energies. I don't know how it was for you. We did have that super new moon come in on Saturday the 14th, which sets a tone and an energy now of release, of resurrection, of reconnection to truth, and it also creates an opening where we have an easier time adjusting to be in alignment with source, if that is our choice, of course. Today marks the 2-week threshold between now and the 30th of what is called eclipse energy. Our next eclipse is on the 30th. It will be a full moon lunar eclipse. So emotions tend to run high during this period, this 2-week period before the lunar eclipse. Empaths just, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get triggered by it, but having the knowledge, I truly believe that knowledge is power. I look at these types of things when it comes to astrological information, psychic information, when it comes to forecasting, energy is always changing. Just because Mercury was in retrograde does not mean the whole world is going to go to hell, right? But it could mean that we have more of a potential. Just the same thing when there's a full moon, people tend to go a little bit more batshit crazy, so to speak, as opposed to a day that is not on a full moon. So these things, just take them as a weather report. Knowledge is power. So if you know there's a snowstorm coming in, you're going to prepare for that appropriately, correct? Think of these energy forecasts the same way. So this 2-week threshold, emotion coming in. This is a time to look for triggers. This is the time to be aware of triggers. And when those triggers come through, try your best to take a moment to take a step back. It's interesting to me the way that the energy has lined out towards the end of this year. I would say since about September, how the veil for me in my awareness just keeps getting thinner and thinner. And these triggering aspects when it comes to emotional energy just keeps getting stronger and stronger. As much a pain in the butt as that can be, it is actually working for highest, greatest good if we allow it to work for highest, greatest good. If you keep getting triggered, if that person keeps cutting you off at the stop sign, and every time it happens, you just get so angry, and you just get more and more angry. And pretty soon, you're the one cutting everybody off at the stop sign, right? You turn into what you perceive as your worst enemy or as a very bad behavior. And suddenly, because you plugged into that energy and that vibe so often, you've actually adopted that now as your practice. All of these triggerings that are happening are actually happening for us to awaken, for us to acknowledge, for us to see. We're in this kind of karmic cesspool right now, if you will. And for me, living in the United States, I've been seeing it very clearly over the last 3 to 4 years. We have so many souls right now that are being activated, being triggered, past life of abandonment, past life of control taken away, past life of belittlement, past lives of disempowerment, trauma, all of these different things. And so that triggering process continues on and on. And some people recover from the triggers. Some people dive deep and want to figure out, why am I feeling this way? I have to take responsibility for my own emotions. I have to take responsibility for my own behavior. And other people get swept into that wave because, what we all do, how we think, how we vibe, it affects everyone else. So the way the next few months play out, 2.5 months probably, it's going to be very interesting in the States because these triggers will continue throughout the rest of the year on up into mid to late January. So it'll be an interesting time here. An interesting time. Currently, we are in what's called the Scorpio Wormhole passage. So we're in Scorpio season. This is going to continue on for the next few months. This particular energy of this wormhole is going to stay with us, I believe, until January 12th, which is when the new Capricorn new moon comes in. So what is Scorpio Wormhole? Well, it's an energetic space where emotions are easily felt, wounding is easily connected with, healing and manifestation can be instantaneous, the veil is incredibly thin. I mean, just like I said, the veil to me just keeps getting thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner. I mean, I have people in my personal life as well as that I'm hearing about through clients and students who are, hardcore naysayers of, there's no afterlife, there's no spirit, there's no this, there's no that, and they're actually having paranormal experiences, which I find incredibly interesting. This wormhole also, it allows our unconscious minds, our higher selves, and our conscious minds to truly connect on one level like no other time frame this whole year has had. So if you are into trance work, if you do, if you tend to go out of body when you're feeling off, be careful because this wormhole effect, the dimensions, the other realities, the parallels are so incredibly accessible. I have no problem doing trance work. Hey, sometimes I spend more time out of body than I do in. But when I do it, just because I've had some very crazy experiences, I want to do that in a way that's very shielded. I want to do that in a way that's protective. So, just be careful. If you're one who tends to go out of body because you feel uncomfortable, the next few months, just be careful. This is just a heads up that's a lot easier to do right now. What else did they want me to talk about? Karma clearing is also huge during this whole wormhole process. So don't be surprised if you get flashbacks. Don't be surprised if you get deja vu. Don't be surprised if different nightmares start coming forward, replaying experiences that you've had this lifetime or other lifetimes. Now is a time where all of that stuff is just coming up. And yes, is it uncomfortable? 100%. Is it fun? No, it's not. Is it necessary for us to get to where we want to evolve? Sure, if that's your choice. This is an opportunity for incredible soul evolvement, for incredible healing, for incredible release. It's just a matter of looking at it that way. My guides look at this Scorpio wormhole as kind of like Alice in Wonderland going down the rabbit hole. She does it in a curiosity kind of way, but she learns a lot in the process, right? She has to deal with her own fears. She has to get through the process. She has to rely on her gut instincts. She has to see through the darkness. Note to self, see through the darkness. Not everything that presents as light is light. Use your discernment. This is a golden opportunity to release and heal karma that's been building up on a soul level for countless centuries and lifetimes. Next 2.5 months, incredible golden opportunity to do that. If you're someone that likes to dive deep and wants to move through the crap, This is a great time to do your work, whether it's journaling, whether it's soul retrieval, whether it's Reiki, whether it's theta, whether it's counseling, whether it's hypnosis, NLP, whatever your bag of tricks is, whatever resonates with you. This is a great time to let that shit go. Now, we're also heading into holiday season, right? And freaking COVID season, pandemic rears its ugly head again. Please, please, please. Those of us that tend to gravitate towards the vibe of depression, this is not the time to isolate. This is the time to reach out. This is the time to ask for help. This is the time to connect. This is the time to get outside, even if it's just in your backyard. This is the time to connect with family, with friends, with people online. Don't allow this possible emotional overload and the holiday season and pandemic and fear-mongering to drag you down into that hole. Because you're worth something. We are all worth something. We are all created in light. We all walk this path together. Not one single soul is alone. Not one of us. We're here to get through this time together. Please remember that. Tuesday, tomorrow there's a meteor shower coming. So those of us that tend to gravitate towards insomnia and have issues with sleep, prepare for that, because that tends to be, that tends to rile things up. Meteor showers do. Sunday, the 22nd, we will end the post-shadow of Mercury retrograde. Yay! This one has been a real bearer for a lot of us. So I'm going to pull some cards from the Magical Dimensions deck. I absolutely love this deck. So many different beautiful, beautiful cards in this deck, and so much great, great energy. All right, so first card, Destiny, Divine Purpose, Passion, and Service. Absolutely. Take a look at this amazing card. Destiny, talking about what they were talking about earlier in regards to this week and clearing and letting go. I do believe that right now is a golden opportunity for healing on all levels. Think about that word destiny. What does it mean to you? Do you create your own destiny? Is destiny created from, some grand being in the sky? Does he have a book up there that says, okay, Danielle, it's Monday. It's 8:42. Now you're going to take a sip of your coffee. I don't know. I think that we create a plan, and I think that we have a map, so to speak, but we're still in charge of our own free will as to which way we navigate that map. Ooh, nice card. Let me just choke on this one. Attachment, accumulation, defensiveness, scarcity. What a card for this week. Check out this dragon, right? He's guarding his treasure. Okay. What are you guarding? What are you holding on to? What are you attached to? What will you not move away from? Very interesting. Kind of reminds me of everybody hoarding the toilet paper at Costco. We're moving into that type of vibration right now, because here pandemic hits again and everybody's, gotta hold on. I gotta hoard all my stuff. I gotta be okay. I gotta be okay. I gotta be okay. So is it better to hoard and have attachments, or is it better to have faith? I guess that's something we all have to decide on. You can look at life as being one of scarcity, or you can know that all is well and that you're being taken care of. Next card, Breakthrough. What a beautiful conclusion card. Leap of faith, freedom, and new beginnings. This card has a lot of energy going on. And if you look at it, it actually depicts one of the vortexes in Sedona. It's got sacred geometry going on in here. Okay, so breakthrough, leap of faith, freedom, new beginnings. I believe that this card coincides with the message of this is a time for great clearing. This is a time of great healing. If we choose it to be, you know, we can choose to continue getting poked and triggered and upset and mad at every little thing, or we can choose to step away from that to gain control of our power, our connection, and decide where we want to go with that. Life is all about choices, right? Choose wisely, stay safe, and be blessed.